And undergirding all of this was a profound belief in the dignity of labor and the right to the proceeds of your own labor. Lincoln loved to quote the line from Genesis, "In the sweat of thy brow thou shalt earn thy bread." Or as he put it more informally, he who makes the corn should eat the corn. And Lincoln believed any fundamental violation of this principle is really an act of theft. Right? When he's a teenager and his father is failing, physically failing, his father hires him out, all around the area for Lincoln to go and do these incredibly onerous physical tasks. And Lincoln does the work, and his father, as was his father's perfect right until Lincoln was age 21, takes the proceeds of the labor. And Lincoln referred to this in a speech years later. I think Michael was the first to unearth this. Lincoln says, "I used to be a slave because I worked and someone else took the proceeds." Now that is an absurd, self-pitying exaggeration, but it tells you how personally Lincoln took this principle and how deeply felt it was for him. And this gets to his opposition to real slavery. What's the famous line from the second inaugural address? What is slavery? It's unrequited toil. It's someone else working and you taking all the legitimate proceeds of their work. And for Lincoln, this is such a basic principle that the very lowest, most crawling little insect on earth understood this principle. He wrote a little fragment to himself, one of these wonderful little arguments he worked out that didn't show up in his writings or his speech, about an ant. And he says, if an ant finds a crumb on the ground and the ant labors to drag that crumb back to its nest, and if you interrupt that ant, you stop that ant and try to take the crumb from the ant will fight you. Because even the ant understands through its labor, the crumb now belongs to it. And for Lincoln, there was no misunderstanding this principle unless you did it willfully and maliciously. And that, of course, is what he thought was happening in the South.